Just really proud of our team for putting us in this position. I thought Karlyn threw an excellent game against a very, very potent offense, and that's a really, really good team. And kind of crazy before the game, I was thinking, this could be a knockdown, drag-out offensive game, or it could be a pitcher's duel, and it turned into somewhat of a pitcher's duel. But we got the job done, and couldn't be happier for these guys.
Okay, we'll go into questions again. Please wait for a microphone. If you have a follow-up, please hold on to the mic. Cora?
Karlyn, you talked about yesterday how this, you guys have known this offense can score in multiple ways, and today definitely kind of showed that with, the base running and the just the bunting. Just how happy are you with that production in a tighter game, a less, high-scoring game than yesterday?
Really happy. You look down our lineup, and everybody registered a hit except for Sophia, and Sophia got us a huge RBI on a sac fly. So everybody was productive, and that's the kind of offense we are, and that's the kind of offense we need to be, not relying on any one or two people, but everybody adding something. This is just going to keep moving us around the bases and ultimately allow us to score runs. And I think we got the leadoff runner on 6 out of 7 times, so we had even more opportunities to kind of break through. And I thought we swung at good things. Sometimes you're just not going to score the ball up, and we just weren't on time in a couple situations, but happy with the production throughout the lineup.
Casey?
Talking about getting that leadoff batter on in all but one inning, just how does that kind of set the offense up to be successful for the rest of that inning?
Yeah, going to the first inning when Kinsey leads us off with a double, that's huge. Just making something happen there so that we can have an opportunity to do something. And I think everybody gets fired up when we get that leadoff runner on, and it just makes you more excited as a teammate. All right, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do something to help us move that runner around.
Jack and then Rhiannon.
Karlyn, another great start, but there were a few moments where you sort of had to come up big, in the second and then in the sixth again. Just what did it take to hang in there, and then if you need to see Ohio State again, what are you going to learn from this?
Yeah, well, it's postseason. No game is handed to you, and I think Ohio State, like Karlyn mentioned, it's a great offensive team. So just coming in, respecting what they can do, and all the stats that they've put out throughout the season, and just really staying focused with my process, what I need to do, and not letting myself get distracted by what's going on.
Yeah, Karlyn, just when you hear all the stats and people talk about how good of offense this is, how hyped do you get to face something like this, and how did you prepare for an offense like that to face? Because they obviously have had success against other pitchers.
Yeah, I would say just our preparation comes from the SEC. We are part of a conference that has lots of great hitters, and we see that all the way through. So just coming into this game and expanding the zone a little bit more, knowing they have those home run swings, and just doing my thing.
Coach, just one strikeout from your lineup today. What does that say to further your point on how good this offense can be?
I thought our pitch selection was really good. That's kind of stating the obvious. But I think that stems from having an attack mindset. I firmly believe that when you go up there looking to swing every pitch, and then you can always say no to the pitch. But if you're in a yes mindset, I think you're going to make better pitch selection decisions. And I think that's what you saw today.
Karlyn, just in the sixth inning when you gave up a few hits in a row, do you feel like they were starting kind of settle in against you, or was it more kind of maybe you weren't hitting your spots how you wanted to?
They both were actually change-ups, so I think, they probably got their timing on that pitch. And I think that just is part of the game. A great offensive team, they're going to make adjustments, and they're going to get a few hits across, and it's my job just to not let that fluster me and just keep doing my job.
Yeah, Karlyn, towards the end, a few defensive things that happen. How do you address that, and kind of how crucial is that moving forward to make sure those things don't happen as it gets later in the postseason?
Yeah, we actually just talked about that in our postgame. Both pop-ups, the one behind home plate and then the one in shallow left field, the sun played a factor. But, we work on it all the time. We were out there before the game working on the sun. It's just a matter of each inning, you have to, kind of look up and see where's that sun now. And what might have been a problem on your left side when the game starts is now a problem on your right side. And I think in that situation, we just needed our shortstop to kind of get behind the ball and re-angle herself so that the sun wasn't a factor in that play. But hopefully having that happen today, because we're playing the same time tomorrow, so that we'll learn from that and make that adjustment.
Riley in the back.
Karlyn yesterday, Coach said that she learned her lesson at UCLA that she does not take you out of jams. Kind of what is your mindset when you have runners on, runners in scoring position when you are throwing that next pitch?
Yeah, I do think that I kind of take it up a level when I'm out there competing. Just like really just trust myself, I think, is the main thing. I have a lot of confidence out there, and I like to be in those pressure moments just so I can help my team. I got us in it, so I'll get us out.
Gabby, to go 4 home runs yesterday, to not hit one today, but still be able to come out with the win, what does that say about the offense?
I think we found a way to work with situational hitting, and sometimes we're not going to be relying on home runs. We need to get people on and then learn how to move them and then score them without relying on a home run. So really just working on our situational hitting is what was our focus.
Casey.
Coach, aside from just Karlyn in the circle, but being able to, as a team, limit the nation's top home run hitting team to not hit any of them, why do you think that was possible?
I mean, there is no aside from Karlyn in the circle. Like Karlyn says, the more competitive the situation is, the tougher the team is across the field, she's going to kick it up a notch. And, we play good defense behind her too. But I just thought she was, brilliant today. And, she could have had no earned runs on the board, because I know those pop-ups don't go as errors. But she did her thing. And, I can't say enough good things about her. And not just the pitching talent, but these guys love playing behind her. She's such an awesome teammate. So incredibly humble. It's never about her. It's about our team.
Got time for 3 more before the next game. We'll go Paige, Cora, then Jack to wrap it up.
Gabby, back here, you mentioned the situational hitting, which is something that obviously the team has really worked on. How much do you think that was a focus after the SEC tournament, and then to see that take form in this game? How rewarding is that hard work?
Oh, it's awesome. I think we work so hard in practice on moving runners over when we have runners in scoring position. Whatever we can do to get that runner to score, it's just a big focus that we love to work on, and we love getting in those situations because that gives us a chance to work on that situational hitting.
Karen, Laura Mailer has been just really consistent for you guys this weekend. What have you kind of seen from her that's allowed her to really step up in big moments for you?
She's attacking pitches early, and she's swinging more free. And, when she does that, good things happen because she's a really, really good hitter.
Last question from Jack.
Coach, you've been in this situation a ton, the 2-0 in the regional. Just where does your mentality have to be in that first game tomorrow, even though sort of in the back of your head you can get away with losing and still have another chance?
Well, I think that kind of allows you in this weird way to play free. And so that's the deal. Just go out there and get after it and play hard. The big thing about winning this game is so huge because whether you lose last night or you lose this one today, you're playing 5 games to win this whole darn thing. And I've been in this situation where we lost this game, and it's challenging on an emotional level to kind of pick yourself back up and get out there tonight. But I mean, we've seen now 2 of the teams, and we watched UNC play, and there's no quitting any of these teams out here. So I like where we are, but we got to finish it. We got to come out tomorrow and just go for it.
Thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Game